This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. It is Thursday, and Taiwan Semiconductor reported record-breaking second quarter earnings. Not a surprise. And yet, they're selling off. So this is the same, right? We've talked about this. I've written about this for weeks now. June 25th was when hyperscalers, and that was just basically part of the title, and it meant we're going to be moving higher as it relates to Mag 7 rotation, very likely. So that was penned on Thursday, June 25th, bottomed and have been moving very nicely higher in Mags. And also IGV, which is software. It's having a little hard time to get going, but it's all part of oversold software plays like TRI, etc. And then, of course, we've got the Babas of the world, but specifically, I said the K-Web contingency, and that was also same. This was the 25th, and then we had the nice bullish engulfing, and the Chinese ADRs have been taking off since. So that was the article that I penned regarding the rotation, basically out of the semiconductors, which is this SOX or SMH. However, whichever. And then specifically Micron. So Micron was a particular case, right? I said, everyone's long. And this is absolutely a parabolic move. You can see on a monthly, here's Micron, boom, boom, right? Extremely extended from the mean. The mean is like 600, and it was printing 1255 as a high. So that's very extended from its mean. Going back to the weekly, we can see that this has been in distribution extremely well since earnings. And I said, everyone's long, wait till earnings. I have no problem waiting till earnings because everyone's long. They're going to see that they crushed it, which, by the way, they crushed it, just like Taiwan Semiconductor, crushed it. They have profit rising more than 77% from a year ago. You know what happened with Samsung when they reported earnings, part of South Korea, Kospi, one of the two, in fact, with SK Hynix. They still sold off. NVIDIA sold off when they crushed earnings. The point is, it's a theme, and it was a really easy one. We're extended, number one. Number two, as good as it gets for earnings. NVIDIA proved it. Micron proved it. Samsung proved it. Taiwan Semiconductor proved it. I'm sure I'm missing a few. ASML proved it. So crushing earnings. Fabulous. Okay, wonderful. But they're still selling off because that was the theme, as good as it gets. So we've got Micron that's continuing lower pre-market. Now just kind of keep in mind that this was the level I gave exactly on Micron post earnings. I said right here, it needs to get and stay below 1213.56, so $1,213.56, and that's where it has stayed below. So it did fill the gap. This was a gap that I had gave as a first price target of 1083 and change. Then it bounced, and then it broke, and then it bounced, and now it's breaking. And you can see that I have 780, so 780.20 for Micron. And MU this morning is in fact only at 863, so that just tells me it has more to go. So when we get there, this level of 1213 down to 780 will be a 36% pullback. So Micron will be labeled a technical pullback because it's more than 20%. Semis will be approaching that level, but that's not really the point so much that it's a 36% pullback, well-timed, but it is in distribution as money flow rotates into hyperscalers. And so I grabbed some charts this morning. And by the way, this is the whole memory section. We've been on this with Western Digital, also coming perfectly into this 480, which was price target that I gave you. You can see it pre-market, probably gets a little bit of support, but we have the whole contingency, right? SanDisk, STX, etc., EWY, DRAM. We go over these every single day. But what I wanted to show you was, this is what's interesting to me. Very, 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 very much so. You can see, a lot of this is from Market Ear, but I'm going to grab it and then I overlaid some comments. In a universe of over 10,000 global DM and EM stocks, the 259 semiconductor companies represent 20% of daily volumes. Everyone is changing this transformative AI trade. all kinds of naysayers and uber bulls are coming together and clashing. But point is, they put their money where their mouth is, and you've got a mass move into the AI trade via semis and, of course, memory and ancillary data centers, space, solar, what have you. But the point is, this is still a very focused money rotation. Now, you can go and see this chart many times and many places, but the point is, I have also highlighted the when hyperscalers, right? This rotation. This chart shows, and that was by basically a few weeks ago, this chart shows a 12-month forward free cash flow of hyperscalers and semiconductor companies completely out of touch with each other, right? So there's a little bit of outliers revert with the velocity, and now we're getting the softening in the semiconductor trade and a bounce in the hyperscaler trade. That was basically the theme. We also know that this is one of the most intense capital crowded trades ever. Literally 82% are long in the hedge fund world of surveys, the world's most crowded trade ever. So 82%. So this is all supporting this mania. And the macro has not been proven yet. The macro meaning productivity. Productivity will help economic growth. Economic growth will help earnings. Right now, we're pulling forward a lot of earnings in plays that are clear AI beneficiaries, and now we're waiting for the rest of the market to kind of catch up. UNH did give a nod to using AI, which helped their profitability, which is in their earnings report this morning, and is why they're popping higher, actually why they've run up and now they're also popping up. But just keep in mind that still, this is the thing that I'm really fascinated by. The semiconductor investors still think it is close to a year before the peak. So they're listening to the Gavin Bakers of Cerebras and others, and Jensen and AMD and all of them, Samsung, SK Hynix, CEOs, all coming out and saying, we're years before this peaks. So that is their mentality. So this 36%, approaching 36% pullback that I expected, projected, whatever in Micron is likely to get bought because survey participants, 81% of investors are still long semis. They're holding through this capitulation. They're holding through this downdraft. They are expecting the first half of 27 to mark the peak, and they don't want to move. They don't want to lose any part of this. So this is what's interesting also. Many are really following this 1999 fractal. So this is why they're also holding on. So it's the longest long global crowded trade ever. It is still a very solid positioning into what they expect is a peak of first half 2027. And the chasers are following this mania because they really believe that this is going to be a fractal with this kind of 1999 into 2000 before the market plummeted and technology caused a massive recession. We'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of perspective of where this is right now, which is still very much a strong belief system by investors who are swing long, trend long, however you want to look at it, the semiconductor trade. So as you're looking at your shorts right now, because I know a bunch of you have shorts in the stocks, it's going to chase out the loose hands, as they say, and likely turn into a gold trade where it basically really had to shake them out for months and months. And then you still see this degradation, right? You don't see any momentum in this trade. It petered out as warned, right, on January 22nd before the top on January 28th and 29th. And now we're still suffering. People, they love mania over boredom every time. So anyway, that's the still baseline bet that folks are expecting to buy this pullback. And we're not even really that pulled back. I mean, even Micron, they're trying to hold it from not falling the 10-week or the 55-day, but it's still going to come down. It's not a question for me. It's not if, just when. So what if they don't buy? No, seriously. What if these massive amount of buyers, this incredibly long trade on high valuations, on an earnings bubble, a valuation bubble, I don't care what you want to call it. What if they actually don't buy the dip? But they say, okay, I think we're done here. So we don't know where this is going to go. But right now, 780 for Micron is still my price target. And the concept of everyone long and holding and buying the dip very soon is just, we're going to have an opportunity to test that.
Join Club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.